is our weekly Wednesday night live stream. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Give some folks a little bit of time to get in here, and we're taking a look at the cows real quick here. So I'm out here in the cow pasture, just did a little cattle move. The girls were on this section of pasture here, and now they've moved over to this little section of pasture, and they're chowing down. I'm sorry it's a little bit breezy up here today. We'll get to a spot where there's not a lot of wind here in just a second, folks. Welcome. Stephen, good to have you in here. So this is the cattle mob, the cattle herd. We got some babies up here. I want to show you guys the babies. The cows are doing great. Thank you. The wind calmed down. Oh, I'm blessed. Awesome. So dry weather is the problem right now. Dry weather has our grass stunted. We're not growing grass like we ought to. I've got another load of hay coming out that'd make 260 something bales rolled out to the cows here. And hay prices are skyrocketing, guys. They are skyrocketing right now. So it's very unfortunate. It just is what it is, but it's costing more to farm, and I can't go broke farming. So this is number 15. She doesn't have a name, but boy, she is a big girl. She's about ready to have a baby. We got several cows out here that are kind of our pets. It's a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous day here on the farm, guys. Just unbelievable. We did lose a calf a little bit earlier yesterday. What happened to the 200 acres? Dude, we've only had 150 acres for the last 4 years, man. I bought 200 acres to start with, and I ended up selling off 50 of it that we never really visited on the farm channel. And this is a lot for one guy to keep up with. So this is our cow that she had a little bit of a miscarriage yesterday or the day before yesterday. She's doing well. She's eating, she's drinking. Her baby was a little deformed. It was kind of odd. Not something we're used to, and you can see she's a little skinny from all that, but she'll fatten right back up. She's gobbling down some of the green stuff. This is the cow we call Sweetie. Hey, Sweetie Poo. You know your name, don't you, Sweetie? So Sweetie's really chill. She's pretty chill cow. Hey, girl. How you doing? You're my sweetheart, aren't you? Yep. It does. It's not a fun thing. If you guys aren't following over on Facebook, I'm doing live videos just about daily, sometimes twice a day, out here with the cows. And we are mob grazing. So that's what this is all about. I know a lot of folks are on the channel and they're watching because of equipment and tools and fun stuff. But this is what the end game is, guys, is I just wanted to live on a farm. I wanted to start my own first generation farm. We went from 3 cows. In 2 years, we bumped all the way up to 40. And 40 is too many for the cows for the grass to sustain right now. So, are you in a fire danger area? I think there's a burn ban. We did get a thunderstorm a couple days ago, so the grass got a little bit of growth. But you can see, I mean, look underneath this tree right here. It's just dry. It's just really, really dry. And the wind has been blowing really hard. So as soon as it rains, the wind blows and it dries us all out. Got a nice shady spot up here. This is Cindy. Cindy had her calf last week. She's a pretty girl. Hey, Cindy. So all this is fed off the solar well right there. If you guys have been watching the water project, this is the water project at work. How many acres do you have cows on? We're on 150 total acres, and the acres fenced is somewhere around, I'm gonna say, I measured it the other day. It's about 80 acres, 80, 85 acres, something like that. So that's what we have. So when you think about that, and typically you're running 1 cow per acre. Look at this girl playing in the dirt. So people asked if you have to trim the hooves of a cow. Well, this is why you don't have to. She's scratching her feet. And she might just roll in this, I don't know. This is that time of year, guys, and the cows are starting to shed. She's shedding off her winter coat, and she may rub on that. She was scratching on trees and scratching on everything. So no dirt pile survives a trip around the farm with the cows, that's for sure. She's throwing dirt. She's a party girl. And then number 12, Mona. She's joining in. So Cindy and Mona are joining in. So guys, I say I'm forced to sell off some cows. I'm not forced to sell off cows, but I feel like it's the right thing to do for sustainability of the farm. So we're gonna let some of these guys go. Looks like all the calves are all hanging out down here. Hey little guys, these are all the calves that were born this year. Okay, and this is one of the cows that's gonna go. It's a bull and I just don't want that bull. Hey guys, how's everybody doing over here? So this is called a creep feeder. It's a Tartar Farm and Ranch creep feeder. And the creep feeder is not in use right now. Just moved the cows into this section of pasture. But the creep feeder, it has a bar on here. We'll go over and take a look at it so you guys know what it is. So if I were feeding my cattle grain, or range cubes actually, which would be grass product, there's a bar right here. And the calves can get in that little bar, but the cows can't get in, and that would be full of food. Cool? Right now it's full of old feed that needs to be removed. We need to close that door. That's a Tartar Farm and Ranch creep feeder. Very cool. So we're up here. This is the top. This is called Clyde's Knoll. This is where we are. This is overlooking where the mega shop build is going to be. And I just can't get enough. I can't get enough of these little calves. I think we need to name this one Shathid. What do you think? I think he's got a little something on his head there. Hey bud, you need a wet wipe? You need a wet nap? Oh, so funny, man. What you doing? 205. So the numbers on the cows coincide with when they were born. So this is 205, the 5th cow born in 2022. And this is 206, the 6th cow born in 2022. 202, the 2nd calf born in 2022. You can see the size difference. Pretty cool, huh? This is Tammy. Tammy is the guard donkey. Tammy's sitting over here in the shade also. How you doing, Tammy? It's important that the cows have access to shade, so whatever paddock I put them in, they'll always have access to good shade. This is a big tree right here. You can see how big it is compared to little Tammy, the guard donkey. So the process is, I've got some folks, some local folks, that are going to come and buy some cows off of us. So they'll still be here local. They'll be about 3 miles away. And we just need to drop our numbers so that our grass lasts longer. That's it. 40 cows is just too much. You may want to keep a fire truck on the farm. Yeah, I mean, what's going to catch on fire out here, really? The forest, the woods might catch on fire, but there's nothing I can do about that. The grass isn't going to catch on fire because there's not enough dry grass, dry litter out here. So we don't have a lot of fire danger except for in the woods. So I'm not really overly concerned about fire danger. If we were out west, maybe so. Tammy's so hot, so she's in the shade. Tammy is hot. Yep, we're all hot. It's 85 degrees here. This has been a toasty day. I've got allergies, bad allergies, and I took an allergy pill. I'm not a pill guy. I don't like taking medications, but I did take an allergy pill. Number 14 is a mama. Let's go over and check out the water system, guys. I think it's important for you to see the results. Dutch was live. They're having a flood in northeast Oklahoma. Tell them to send some of the water up here. Dutch always seems to have something going on. Yeah, organic farming, thumbs up. So this is all grass fed. Hasn't been any fertilizer on this land. And this is the next pasture they'll go to. There's a cattle waterer out there. There hasn't been any fertilizer other than what comes out of the butts of those cows in, I guess, in 5 or 6 years. This is the water cistern, water tank. Open this guy up. And you see the water down in there. That is what feeds the entire farm that direction. So, very cool. Oh, excuse me. Woo. Good gracious. Guys, I don't know if any of you deal with seasonal allergies, but man, it takes it out of you for sure. For sure. All right. Cool. So this is all pumped off grid. It's by that well right there. That well's 260 feet deep. Cool. So I am forced to sell. I don't want to sell off any of my herd. However, we just don't have enough fenced area to keep up this many cows for sure. Looks like somebody left a super chat. Philip the Wise sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, Philip. Thank you. Put that towards hay, brother. For sure. This is a tire water tank that we just installed, or that I just installed, and I've put in 2 so far. I've got 1 more to install, and then I've got another, hopefully another load of tires coming in so I can do this again. Folks are really concerned about somehow this rubberized tire tank causing health problems with the cows. That water's crystal clear, man. Just about crystal clear. They've been drinking out of it for 5 days now, and it looks great. We're actually going to put some fish in it, and the other tank I've got has a solar bubbler in there, so I'll put some fish in there, and that'll help keep it clean. Awesome. How much did that tire cost? Didn't cost anything, brother. All it cost was the 7 bags of concrete in the valve, so it didn't cost anything. Check Claybrooks for tires. Yeah, I've got a source on tires for sure, but Claybrooks pretty good too. A lot of these bigger tires like this right here, if you go up there and pick them up, I don't have any way of loading them or anything like that. So I've got a guy that's bringing me tires anytime I want them. I know some friends that have a logging operation. That's what's going on with the cows. Why did you put the water tank in the ground? Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you guys answer Ann's question. Why would we put a water tank down in the ground just a little bit? What happens above ground to water in the wintertime? It freezes, okay? So it's buried up in the ground a little bit to help to ward off the freezing and to help keep it cool in the summertime. That's it. There we go. We're teaching. We're learning. So it keeps it cooler in the stable temperatures in the summertime, and it keeps it warmer and more stable in the winter. And I gotta be careful not to drop this chain on that wire because it will zap me. All right, I'll put you guys over here on the 4-wheeler for a second. And we're gonna go to a place that's a little less windy and a little better for live stream. All right. Oh, my allergies are so bad right now. So bad. I don't want to be that guy complaining about his allergies, but whew, it wiped me out. Totally wiped me out. All right. So some of you guys might have wanted to know about this, so we're going to show you right quick. If I can put the 4-wheeler in the right gear. That's a great duty bale unroller right there. 574, 254 TYM, and Protect Post Driver right there, Trencher, gonna be using that soon. Bandit, like that, nice. All right, let's go over here and see by the equipment. This is the current equipment shop right here, and everything's tucked away in there very, very nicely. I'm gonna set this up where we can actually talk and see each other. My phone's overheating. It's 85 degrees. Is the famine coming to America from Joe Biden? Dear good gracious. We've already got to talk about Joe Biden, huh? Let me pull up there where we can talk to each other right quick. This is the famine. No, evidently, you've all seen it all now. That no matter what, Americans will be fed and given free money. So no matter what, they'll always be supported by free money. It's not real. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't. So enough. We're not going to talk about Joe Biden. Okay. So this is not a political channel. I will say that I have political beliefs, and I don't believe that we are headed in an appropriate direction. However, our elected officials have done. So that's it. Do you have a video of the tire water holders? It's a tire water tank, Ann, and yes, I do. Absolutely. Absolutely. The entire build of one of those is in a video, and there's probably I don't know, 10 videos or so of building this entire water system. So that's it. That's it. Yeah, thank you, Philip. Thank you for pound that like button. That's for sure. I don't. We're you guys are talking a little bit about politics. We try to stay away from politics here if we possibly can. We will touch on religion from time to time, as I get my butt chewed by a lot of viewers. And the FJB, buddy, let me tell you that is not appropriate for this channel at all. Okay, so if you type that, you're gonna get put in timeout. And if you want to type it, go ahead. I'll just put you all in timeout. It doesn't matter. Saying F anybody, okay, and calling yourself a Christian is not the thing to do. That's just my take on it. Whether you like somebody or not, yeah, that's it. So I'm not into that. Okay, I'm not into saying F anybody. It's just not appropriate, and it's not going to happen on this channel. It's just not going to happen. Whether my political beliefs align with that or not, still, I'm telling you, we don't need to call names. This name calling isn't good. So that's it. Okay, thank you, appreciate that. And I'm sorry if some of you guys don't agree with it, but I'll tell you basically a political conversation. Watch, the views just went boof. A bunch of people just fell out of the room. That's just I'm a conservative Christian and I can say F somebody if I want to. No, you really shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. So in my opinion, you shouldn't do that to anybody. So that's it. That's just my opinion. And I hope you guys will share that opinion that it's just inappropriate. It is. It's inappropriate. If you call yourself a Christian, then don't let your religion and your politics get in the way of one another. Religion's first, and then you can put your politics in. Okay? So treat your fellow man the way you'd like to be treated. That's the way we live. That's the way we should be living, right? Right? I think so. So let me know your feelings on that. I didn't want to get all political, but some people like to bash it doesn't do you any good. And JB doesn't know you're doing it. It's the demise of I don't know, man. It's just bad manners. That's it. So, and anyway, Omar says, all glory to Allah. Well, Omar, what would Allah say? I want to know what Allah would say about that. What would Allah say about that? Do you guys have a golden rule? Yeah, exactly. Right there. Kelly says, the golden rule, do unto others, right? So, anyway, this isn't a politics or a religion channel. That's it. We're done talking about it. Absolutely. Can we talk about what motor size you might be looking at for the pine? Thank you, Chris, Plague of Badgers. So, Chris, what I'm looking for, and you can see the band. Well, you can't really see it. It's back there behind the water trailer. The ABI water trailer was up in the pasture up until yesterday, and I had to get it out of here. I have been burning the candle at both ends for days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks here on the farm. I have exhausted myself. What's going on about the lack of water? We're not getting any rain like we normally do here on the farm, and the grass is stunted, and I have 40 cows to take care of, and they're going through their forage faster than I would like. So we're gonna have to downsize just a little bit. And the reason we gotta downsize is because it's dry. It's really, really dry. Those of us that planted grass in the spring this year, we're wasting money. I did not plant any grass seed this spring because Just looking at predictions, it was predicted to be fairly dry. So we are, Brian, we're up here by the mega shop. And Brian, thank you. And all of you guys, thank you all so very much for being such great supporters of the channel and of the farm and of this idea of a good, clean, wholesome life. So cows are selling good right now. TR cattle, yeah, they are selling good right now. So it's the time to sell. Last fall they were like $1.18 to $1.28, and we are. I'm seeing numbers like $1.70. So that's a good thing. Fuel costs are up. Fertilizer costs are up, but these costs really don't affect us so much. So. The mega shop right here. This is the pad for the mega shop right there, and the mega shop materials arrive here on the 13th of May. So very, very, very soon. Will your water system support irrigation, even small patches? Here's the deal with that, is that it will support irrigation. We've got some K-line irrigation over there. The water table is so low right now that I'm having trouble even thinking about irrigating in behind the cows, and we really shouldn't have to irrigate if we appropriately graze. So if we graze it off to the nub to it's that high, then we're gonna have to irrigate. If we don't do that, if we appropriately graze and we leave it about 4 or 5 inches high, which is the goal, then we won't have to do that. The ground will have enough residual to retain biomass and all that stuff. So, but it takes time to build a farm, and I put the cart before the horse a little bit here. I've got about 50 more acres to fence in, and the cart is before the horse. I've got to get rid of some cows, downsize a little bit, back up, what is it, back up and punt. I've got to back up just a little bit and think this through just a little bit more. You don't just jump in to building a first generation farm and expect it. Now. So we were on Starlink. Sorry guys, everybody just like bailed. I'm out of here, man. Josh has been gone for 20 seconds. We were on Starlink internet. Starlink's way down at the house right there, and it was picking up and letting go. Is it better now? Guys, let me know. Is it better now? We had 290 people in here, and now we got 140. So thanks for sticking around. Faux show. Yeah, Chris, how was it? Was it blinking in and out, buddy? We're all good now? Right on. Thanks, Brian. Brian, I appreciate it, buddy. Scott, well, I see you bought the Bandit car. Josh, just another project, but I think you're taking too much on, man. Scott, so that's what the Mega Shop is for. The Mega Shop is for pulling in projects and poking around and playing with them. I'm not going to restore that thing to pristine showroom condition. I'm going to play with it for a little while and sell it. And I got the Mustang down there. I'm going to play with it for a little while and I'm going to sell it. I mean, that's just what I do. I'm going to buy an old tractor, work on it, wrench on it, play with it, sell it. That's what I do. I bring in fun stuff, new stuff, and we get in and have some fun in the shop. So, Bill, no, I'm not selling Sweetie. We're going to give her another chance. I'm not sure what happened with that baby. It was her first baby, so we're going to give her another chance. She has the demeanor that we would like to keep on the farm. She's a very nice cow, and oftentimes that genetically will pass on to the next cow. So folks are asking these questions because a lot of them follow over on Facebook, and we get a lot more cow content over there, a lot more farming content. The motorhome, the RV, camper, Michael, RV is gone. It's gone. If I didn't use it in 2 or 3 months, I mean, I used it maybe once or twice. It's just another thing to maintain. I can't go anywhere, man. The reason I bought it was twofold. So I could travel a little bit and go around with the YouTube channel and visit other farms. And also so that I could, when I had the fence crews here and stuff like that, I could just put them up in the motorhome. So that's it. So thank you, Steve. Channel is growing. It's doing very well. Appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. Think you'll ever have an electric tractor in years to come? Cash. I'm not opposed to it at all. Not opposed to it at all. I'd like to try one. Awesome, bro. Alcohol is bad. Are you selling any? Dude, I'm constantly selling stuff all the time, man. Things come in, things go out. Things come in, things go out. They just do. That's just what it does. In order to generate, guys, think about the amount of creativity and material that has to be created here. There was a video that just came out. Did you guys see this video that just came out? It was about the top 10 farming YouTube channels on the planet, and it basically tried to detail what that channel earned and how many followers they have. Did you guys see that? What's your thoughts on TYM tractors? Looking at buying a new tractor in the future. I love them. I absolutely love them. I haven't had any problem whatsoever with them. They have been absolutely fantastic. Great tractors, great machines, easy to work on. Quiet, comfortable, nice cab. The hydrostatic tractor is a little bit louder in the cab than the geared tractor, I will say that. But yeah, I absolutely love them. So, one lonely farmer, have you got to try out an electric tractor? I saw yesterday the Musk had a big thing about an electric semi. Do you still have the Willis Jeep? Michael, yes, absolutely. It's down there in the little shop, and it's going to come right up here. Okay, it'll be up here into this shop pretty soon. However, priority one is not building that thing, but I want to get in and build it. So that will be the first project vehicle we start wrenching on, so that I can get that thing running and driving and putting around the farm, and it's going to be a nice addition to the farm too. I'm considering, you know, it's got that old 4-cylinder Jeep motor in it, and it's just slow and a turd and unreliable 6-volt system. I am actually considering an LS swap in that thing. We'll see. I don't know. We'll get it running first and get it driving and play with it. So, how are diesel fuel prices affecting the farm? Lawn guy. They're not affecting me one bit, because I'm not putting down fertilizer and I'm not driving all around the country. So the only thing they affect is loading the cows up and taking them to the market or something like that, and or mowing and taking care of the land. A lot of folks seem to be really concerned that I'm burning so much diesel when I'm pulling the pasture drag, and it's not burning a lot of diesel. I'm telling you, it's just not burning a whole lot of diesel. Try to get better lighting here for you guys. Let's see if I can get that a little bit better. Okay. New field looks much better than before. Yeah, everything looks much better. The farm's growing and doing better, man. Everything looks so much better. Let's see if that's a little better lighting. I was sitting there in the dark almost. Is there any reason why you have this tire water trough room enough for only 2 cows? The cows, so okay, there's some science here. Songbird, there's some science here. Why do I need an area this big for my cows to go drink water? Are all of those cows drinking water at the same time? No, they're not all drinking water at the same time. That's the reason why we have multiple waterers in each pasture, okay? So there's some science here behind keeping the cows closer than 800 feet to their water source. And they'll go individually and drink, or 2 at a time and drink, versus when the water source is way over 800 feet away, which is the case on the other side of the farm, they create cattle trails across the farm, and they mob drink. So the whole mob will go to the water tank, and they'll drink it all. And by the time we get to the 40th cow, the last cow that drinks, I'm sorry, my allergies are jacked up. Time we get to that last cow that drinks, guys, it won't get enough water, and therefore it won't gain weight and it won't grow appropriately. So that's why we're doing that. Make a pond. We've made plenty of ponds, but our cows stay out of the waterways, okay? So that's the eco-friendly way to do this. It's the right thing to do for the environment, is to keep your livestock out of the pond. So what are your thoughts on different grass breeds affecting the taste of your beef? I don't have any thoughts on that. I don't think that it's going to affect it at all. It hasn't affected the one cow that we did beef last year. It was absolutely delicious. Everybody that ate any of that beef was just astounded at how delicious it was, including my dad, who is a die-hard, put the cows up, feed it corn, fatten it up, and then process it. I'm all about the grass-fed. I'm all about not putting chemicals in these cows. I'm all about trying to have multi-species pasture. So, have you ever made beef jerky? Yeah. I can't afford a $30,000 battery operated 0-turn. Don't know what I'm going to do. I can't afford a 30K battery operated 0-turn. Don't know what I'm going to do. I think you can just go to the store and you can buy fuel, and you have to increase the prices if that's what you do for a living. That's what you have to do. That's pretty simple. You don't have to have an electric zero turn. And if they're thinking, I guess maybe California's passing some legislation where they're going to remove all small engines and then add more marijuana smoke to the environment. So we're going to add like 10 times more marijuana smoke, and we're going to remove all small engines because marijuana smoke does not infect the environment and small engine smoke does. That's a joke. That is a joke. Oh yeah, and we can take out, we don't need police officers anymore either. Oh, we got back into politics, didn't we? Yeah. Have a trick for when processing chicken. Getting out through the knees. Getting through the knees always slows me down. Take the knee. This is the knee. Bend it ever so slightly. Take your knife, a sharp knife, and pull right up through it, dude. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Or take the knee, bend it, cut right across there, and then come under. And that'll take it, okay? Yeah, there you go. One lonely farmer, LOL. Never thought of it that way. Yeah, we're going to take away all these small lawnmowers. There's no lawns in... a good friend of mine lived in the Bay Area of San Francisco, and actually a great friend of mine, an ex-girlfriend of mine that I still keep in touch with from 20-something years ago, still lives in the Bay Area. Her lawn is about as big as this four-wheeler, okay? So maybe it is possible to go all electric in a place where your lawn's as big as a four-wheeler. It's only big enough for a dog to go to the bathroom in. So, yeah. I like One Lonely Farmer's take on reality. I like watching if there's a... He's different than me. He says things, sometimes, he just says what he thinks all the time. If you guys aren't watching One Lonely Farmer, it's a treat to watch him. It's just funny to watch Wes, and the guy is the salt of the earth. Wes, I'm talking you up here, buddy, but guys, go check out, when we get done here, check out One Lonely Farmer. He will go on a rant like nobody's business. He's from Jersey, and man, those Jersey people tell it. They just say what's on their mind. It's so funny. So wait till people are getting run over by electric cars because they didn't hear it coming. Loud pipes save lives. Lewis Brown. You know, there's some talk about that, like with motorcycles, loud pipes save lives. However, with this, as tight as the cabs are on most vehicles now, like newer vehicles, I'm not so sure that's applicable. I don't know. I mean, for sure, somebody can hear you in a loud old Harley coming through or whatever, but man, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if there's some surveys that have been made. Even Jersey chickens are aggressive. Yeah, Jersey cows are sweet, though. Let's see here. He ain't that lonely anymore. Yeah, wait till people are getting run over by an electric car. I'm reading through your comments. Man, there's a lot of comments. Guys, thank you for the super chats, too. Oh, Lila, thanks for posting One Lonely Farmer's channel link. Check that out after. Guys, scroll back through. Don't leave me and go over there. That's why I say wait till after, Lila. We got jokes. We got jokes. Lila, you're a huge supporter of the channel, and I appreciate it so much. Which hatchery do you currently use for your laying hens? Well, you know, I bought my laying hens a year and a half ago. We use Murray McMurray Hatchery. Here's the deal. When I called Murray McMurray and I talked to the folks at Murray McMurray, they had nothing but great things to say about Meyer Hatchery also. So these guys aren't really like competitive with each other. They work concomitantly. There's your word for today, concomitantly. They work together to ensure the future of the hatchery business, I think. So I'm a big fan of Meyer. I'm a big fan of Murray McMurray. Murray McMurray typically has free shipping, I think. So, but don't quote me on that. Lots of chicks out here in our Tractor Supply store. Yeah, Tractor Supply's got them rolling in. You just have to be careful when you're buying from the farm stores, guys, and make sure you get the quality that you need, and make sure those animals have just arrived, like the day before or something like that. That's how, in my opinion, sickness and stuff like that can happen, because the folks at a farm store really they get these boxes of chickens in. Some farm stores have people that are wonderful caregivers, and some farm stores I go in there and I'm like, oh, that chicken has pasty butt, pasty butt, pasty butt, pasty butt, or that one's dying, or they look bad, you know, or that one's dead in there, and that to me, I prefer ordering from the hatchery. Have I bought them from a local farm store? Absolutely. Will I do it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not doing meat birds this spring. Typically, I do meat birds. I have way, way, way too much on my plate just keeping the animals fed, the cows moved, and building fences and putting in water systems. I have to burn the candle at both ends, and this time of year it's really exhausting for me. So that awesome homestead. Yep, you're late to the show, brother. I'm gonna sell off a few cows. We've got 40 cows out here right now, and we've had some really dry weather, and we just don't have enough grass to sustain them. I'm having to feed hay here in the spring, and I shouldn't be doing that. So when I'm rolling out $45 hay bales to the cows here in the spring, we've got to reconsider what we're doing here. Okay, so that's it. Each cow will probably, somebody asked about that, so each cow will probably sell somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,400. The younger ones that are around 1,900 to 1,000 pounds are going to sell for $800 to $900 ish. We'll see. They're bringing good money right now, so I would like to raise a dual purpose and maybe hatch my own meat birds. TC Outdoors. Let me give you a piece of advice, buddy. I tried the dual purpose birds for my meat birds on the farm. I tried them. I worked with them. They're lovely birds. They eat twice as much food. They grow twice as slow. In other words, growing twice as slow means they consume more food. So the math works out: 50 birds, 1,000 pounds of food in a Cornish cross, and you're ready to process. Versus 50 birds in a dual purpose chicken, probably by the time you process it, it's going to eat 1,500 pounds of food. So it's all about reward versus expense when it comes to that. And is it cheaper to raise your own meat birds? Absolutely not cheaper. Is it better for you? Is it better food, better quality if you're pasturing your poultry? Yeah, it is. It's better quality food. So absolutely. Try to get this camera just right. Oh, there we go. Good. Now I'm comfortable. All right. Thanks. These are all great questions, man. Thank you guys so much for interacting. This is what I want on my live stream for sure. This is it. How are the fish doing? 1970 Chevy. They're doing good. The fish in the pond are great. Our upper pond here is nearly dried up. It's probably about 5 feet deep where it should be about 12 feet deep right now. So honestly, you're reminding me I need to go up there and feed those fish today. So love the channel, how you keep it fresh and new. Thank you. And man, boy, we have been hammering out the content. It seems a little overwhelming. Let me ask you guys. You are the super fans of the channel here. You are the super fans. Would you rather have 4 videos a week? I'm popping out 4 videos a week right now. Or would you rather have just 2 videos a week? So let's say maybe one on Saturday and one on Sunday, and potentially one throughout the week. So maybe like a Tool Tuesday one week, or a Mechanic Monday one week, or something to do with the farm one week. Would you rather have 2 or 3 or more content, and to have some shorts? Philip, you like the 4. 4 is wearing me out. 4 shorter ones. There you go, Jared. 4 is wearing me out. And I actually have an editor hired. His name is Josh also. And as I'm burning a candle at both ends, I go in, like last night, I was asleep at 9 o'clock almost. I mean, I'm just done, totally done. I almost went to bed today at 4. So Ziggy says, more content. 4, everybody likes 4. Cash says, I can't keep up. Yeah, it's hard to keep up when I'm posting that many videos, that much content all the time. So I enjoy your DIY and your Tool Tuesdays whenever you can. So everybody likes 4 short ones. So you prefer a 8-minute video, a 15-minute video, or a 30-minute video? There's your poll. What do you think? Do the lives, no editing? Jeff, there's some editing that goes into this. So each video, I mean, it takes all day to film a video sometimes, and each video gets 2 to 5 hours of editing. Some of them get even 20 hours of editing. Like going up to Eustace Conway's place and run the sawmill for all that time, that took about 30 or 40 hours of editing. So 30-minute quality. So if we do 30-minute quality videos, that's almost like doing 3 videos. So we're doing 1 or 2 of those a week. 30 minutes twice a week. I find people lose more interest in a 30-minute video. I like an 8 to 12-minute video. That's where I like to be when I'm watching YouTube, especially if I'm here to get information, because it turns into after a while, and you're just like, okay, next. I don't even know if I'll go back and watch that guy. Me, you know, that's the reality that I live in, and I watch YouTube to learn and to see what other people are doing, but I don't even have time to watch it anymore. So 8 minutes is all I have sometimes to watch. And 8 minutes is perfect. It's a perfect poop watch. Okay? You wake up in the morning, you sit down on the toilet, you're like, I'm settled in here, got my Stoney Ridge Farmer, and I want to be your poop show. So, when you watch Stoney Ridge Farmer, when you hit the bathroom in the morning, instead of reading the morning paper, which nobody does anymore, don't take your coffee in there. That's bad policy. But I call it the poop show because about 8 minutes is all I can stand on the toilet. So now everybody's gonna wake up in the morning and be like, "Man, I'm so on the toilet. Watch Stoney Ridge Farmer." Hey man, type in the comment. Hey man, I'm going to the bathroom just like you said. Oh Lord, we can be silly, can't we? I'd like to see you revisit some of your old videos. For example, cheap Big Blue chainsaw compared to the newer Husky. Cheap Big Blue chainsaw is gone. Long gone. Don't burn yourself out. Watch no matter how many times. We're going to slow it down here pretty soon once the shop building's up. But there's so much content. There's so much going on, man. I just hate for you guys to miss what's going on. The Awesome Homestead said he's actually pooping right now. Good for you, bud. Nothing makes you more grumpy than an unhealthy bowel. Should do a bonfire. I've done bonfires on the channel before, just a live bonfire. We got a huge brush pile. Well, it's back there behind the shipping container. You can't see it, but I've got to burn that. Once I get the cows moved up to the upper pasture, we'll light that up. So, yeah. TMI on the poop. Bill doesn't like poop talk. Yeah, some people don't like poop talk. It's just funny. It's just being silly, man. Just being silly. It's like yawning. How many people I can make yawn by fake yawning right now? I check the phone at the door. Thanks, Lila. Lila follows over on Facebook too. I subbed to your channel when you did the salt cured pork video. Yeah, when we salted the hams a few years back. Yeah, we're planning on doing some more of that. So inside the mega shop, which is behind me right here, we're going to put a little butcher shop in there. And it's not going to be a butcher shop where you can bring your deer and let me process it or anything like that. It's just going to be for us, for you and me. So we can go in and we can learn stuff together, and we can make sausages, and we can cook, and we can make all sorts of fun stuff. Jerky, sausage. I've got the food freeze dryer from Harvest Right. We're going to make all sorts of awesome stuff. So it's going to be great. And prepping. How many pot-bellied pigs do you have? I don't have any pot-bellied pigs. Where you been, brother? I had some a few years back. Pot-bellied pigs are a pain. Or American guinea hog is what they're called officially. They bred a lot. We'll just say that. Thank you for making great content. Thank you, Hamid. Buzzards are a fact of life. We had some buzzards out in the pasture not too long ago. After, I guess, a cow maybe passed some afterbirth or something like that. There was a smell of death in the field, and that could have been when the number 39 cow, Sweetie, was starting to miscarry. That could have been what happened. When that calf came out, it was not alive, and I mean, might be gross to you guys, but it was not alive. And things were out of position, okay? So I did not show that on the channel. I don't think it brings any value to the channel other than understanding that sometimes, well, all the time, farms are life and death. So, good day. Good day from down under. Josh, were you at my guy, like, on the, I have no idea. Jared, retype that, bro. I don't know what you're saying, man. How are the bees and the fruit trees? The honeybees are doing good. We had a swarm in the big tall oak tree, and I could not capture it. It was way too far up for me to catch it. So far, we've only had one swarm, And we had 13 stands of bees, and only one survived the winter. So we had a very, what I would call waxing and waning temperatures. So the temperatures were up and down and up and down and up and down all over the place. And when that happens, you oftentimes lose your bees. So, ever have a calf go blind from getting its eyes eaten? No, haven't had that. And I wouldn't say it went blind. I would just say it didn't have any eyeballs. Jared is asking where you are located. We're in central North Carolina, foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, man. Varroa mites with bees. Haven't had much trouble with varroa mites. You know, I see them from time to time, but they haven't decimated my hive. So, oh, where am I? My physical location on the farm. I am just right back here behind the house. So my house is down the hill through the woods right here. And approximately 100 yards behind the house, there's this gravel lot. This is about an acre of gravel that I put in up here, and this is the equipment yard. This is what I call the equipment yard. And it's where the mega shop is going to go. So, one lonely farmer said he's lost calves that way. Yeah. Where did you get your bees? I get all my bees from a local bee store, and you can order from those guys too. Oh, I'm spacing the name right now. Oh gosh, I've got their banner. In fact, their banner is going to go up in the shop here. Triad Bee Supply. That's what it is. Triad Bee Supply. Great people. Great, awesome people. So, cheers. Welcome to the live stream. How has the Titan rack been working for you? It's great. That's it. It's right back here. It seems to be sturdy and strong. This is my fence rig. This is what I roll around, do the fences, and what I take care of banding new calves. So this is my cattle and fencing rig right here. And it's a, I guess, 97, so 20-something-year-old four-wheeler. Yeah, awesome. Can't say kudos to Honda for building a quality machine for sure. But yeah, if you guys saw that video, we just installed this recently, and it's getting the snot beat out of it already. I'm doing that. I'm working it. Machines don't sit around here on the farm. They get put to work or they get out. Would you ever go full solar on the farm, house, and shop? Yeah, I mean, totally. But you know, when you do full solar in these times right now, when we don't have supply chain, we don't have the supply chain that we used to have. So you're going full solar, and you're running the risk of going no power if you can't get your supplies. So. You know, it comes to a point where it costs, my power bill is $150 a month at max here on the farm. Typically, it's about $112 per month. That's what my power bill is. My fuel bill per month, now that we have the cows, is somewhere around $200. And that's for all my vehicles, driving to town, doing everything. So it's not much, guys. My bills are low. I live below my means for sure. Now, any bit of financial gain that I make from social media, and that's how I make my living 100%, is on the farm and via this. This is how everything gets built. This is how everything, it's amazing to me that I'm so blessed to be able to do that and bring this information to you, but every bit of it gets wrapped right back into the farm. It really does. So, I mean, this is a $300,000 expenditure right here. So every bit of the money that I've made and worked so hard to earn here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, blah, 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 all those, every bit of it goes right back into the farm. And One Lonely Farmer, you can probably speak to that too. I'm certain that any income that you generate from what you do, you put right back into your equipment and into your property. So that's what you have to do. Keeps the ball rolling. When I grow up, I want to be you. You know, you're going to be you. But you can be a version of you that may be similar to me, I guess. You don't want to be me. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. After years of farming now, do you ever miss your nursing job? Lewis Brown. So yes, Lewis, I do miss the camaraderie of the hospital. I miss, especially now that Mrs. Stoney Ridge is not here. We'll go ahead and open that can of worms. Especially now that she's not here, I don't have anybody. It's just me and the cows, the chickens, and the dogs, man. So I am one lonely farmer from time to time now. So Yeah, I miss that. Do I miss the job and the people? Yeah, I miss that, but I don't have time to go do it anymore. I did go out last week to a retirement party for my old boss. What a blessing. That was really, really fun to go see her and see all my old folks that I used to work with. And yeah, I miss that part. I'm a social guy. I miss that part. Philip, I don't. And now we'll open the gate. Let's just open the door, Philip, and we'll all talk about any questions you might have about Mrs. Stoney Ridge and why and how and everything, anything you want to know. I will field your questions now. Um, this is a hard subject for me to talk about. I will field your questions about Mrs. Stoney Ridge. If you want to leave a super chat for my trouble, do that. Oh, goodness. So, Philip, do I still talk to her? Absolutely not. I do not talk to her. It only brings more hurt, bro. This is not something that I would wish upon my worst enemy. What happened to us, I would not wish upon anyone. It's. I can talk about it now, but it was horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Again, yeah, yeah, divorce. Awesome birth. Yeah, thank you. It's been it's been tough. So no, we do not talk at all. And I will not mention her name, and I don't think it's very nice of me to talk very bad about her. But I will say that, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but this is the reality of, me and Mrs. Stoney Ridge embarked upon this journey together. We started this all together, and we traveled the country, and I started the YouTube channel, and she was so super supportive of everything. And then all of a sudden, man, just all of a sudden, and it started going on down a rocky path. So thank you, Philip. I was just picking on the super chat, bro, but thank you so much. Thank you, Philip. Woo! We'll give you the woo. Somebody just said women can ruin a man's life. My brother was deployed in the Ukraine back in 2017. His wife decided to stop paying the bills and asked for a divorce. Yeah, it's tough, man. And the same thing can be said for men also. I have a very difficult time. Well, imagine this. Imagine dating a guy like me. If you're a single woman, imagine dating a guy like me who just has his hands full all the time. And I'm building this first generation farm, and it's a dream of mine. And I want to live off the land, and I want to enjoy the country lifestyle. I want to be able to walk out my front door and go fishing in the pond, I think that she lost sight of that, what was reality and what she did. And she works in the hospital also. She had a very good job in the hospital, and I don't know if money changes people. I don't know if I don't know what happened, but something changed, something clicked, and I have no idea. I can't even speak to what happened. And anyone who's ever been through something like this, like a divorce, anyone who's ever been through it, it always seems like one side. It's one-sided. It takes two to tango, I guess. Two to tango, two to fight, two to fuss, two to argue, but it only takes one to start an argument, and that's it. And when you can't walk away from an argument because somebody wants to fight so bad, it's not worth it. It's just toxic. I'm pulling a sticker off the back of this. Do not use ether or starting fluid sticker off the back of my I got squirreled here off the back of my skid steer. You guys are right here on the back of Peanut, my little skid steer. So yeah, the gates are still open if you guys want to ask more questions about Mrs. Stoney Ridge and the divorce thing. When I got my restraining order moved, I will tell you a story to make a grown man cry. Yeah, Wes, you've been through it too, buddy. Wes is a big help. I talked to Wes a lot about this off of YouTube. Better to find out who you are and getting in a foxhole before the battle begins. The battle had began. The battle had started. The farm was being built, and we had dual incomes. And dual incomes helped to build the farm. It really, really did, guys. And there was a lot of stuff that just didn't make any sense. Like, imagine your husband or your wife, your spouse comes to you and says, hey, I've read this great book on how to invest. I've read this book on, it was Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you guys haven't read that book, go right now and buy it and read it. Go right now and buy it and read it. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm telling you, it will change your life. I read it every year. If I don't read it, I'm listening to it on audiobook. So if you're not a sit down and read guy and you're running a tractor all day, check it out. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It will change your life. It will absolutely change your life. So don't worry, you can get another Mrs. Stoney Ridge. Nah, not really. So harder or easier without Mrs. Stoney Ridge. It's time management is harder. My stress levels are much lower. So yeah. Apparently I just pocket reported someone's messaging. Uh-oh, we got a little biter. Get off of me. Great book. I read it about every year. I'm 27. Absolutely. Fantastic book. I think I read that book for the first time when I was 19 or 20 years old, and I just keep reading it and reading it and reading it. It's a reminder every year or every 6 months what you should be thinking about, and the whole precipice behind the book. Man, I'd love to have Robert Kiyosaki on here. But the whole precipice behind the book is what my rich dad taught me about wealth versus what my poor dad that was uneducated and much more wealthy. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The poor dad was actually the educated man, and the rich dad was actually the one who had no formal education. So, yeah. And Lila, you don't have to time him out. That was a pretty odd question, but no, Mrs. Stoney Ridge did not cheat. So you can take him out of timeout. It's okay. That is a little bit of an off-color question, but that's okay. I opened the door, so you guys can ask any questions you want to. The poor dad was the teacher. Yeah, absolutely. And the poor dad, the rich dad was the teacher, but the rich dad was not the educated one. So, The Richest Man in Babylon is a great book. Absolutely, fantastic book. Absolutely. Another book that I'm in the social media business, so primal branding, learning about branding. There's a reason why I go, woo! Okay? There's a reason, okay? If you guys are old enough to remember Hee Haw, you remember Howdy? Tell me who that was. I know you guys will fire that off. Bam, bam, bam. I'll probably get 100 comments right now. So, yeah, it's branding. That's what it is. Stoney Ridge Farm is a brand, for sure. Is the mega shop going to have a living quarters, JB Farms? I don't know yet. I don't know exactly how all that's going to work. I just don't know it. Look at all these people. Minnie Pearl. Everybody knows. Minnie Pearl. Yeah. That's it. And how about all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight? Who's that? I mean, you guys, it's branding. That's it. So, the hat lady. Yeah, she had the hat tags in her hat, too. I call my cousin Minnie Pearl. That's awesome. There you go. Hank. Exactly. So everybody knows, man. Everybody knows Bo Cephas. And if you don't know who Bo Cephas is, you probably grew up in a different time, and you probably behaved a little bit better than I did when I was in my younger years. So, how do you I don't know what that says, man. How do you get used to it? That's farming. How do you do is? I don't know what that means. Ever thinking about opening work spots up for subscribers? Get some real life interaction with online people. At some point, we'll have the farm opened to the public, similar to what those guys in Oklahoma did. They put together a little conference. We'll have some field days here on the farm. I'll probably fly old Greg Judy out here, get Joel Salatin out here, Gabe Brown, get all these people out here. And we'll do some field days out here on the farm, and we'll learn a little bit about grazing. So we'll probably have grazing schools, butchering classes, how to raise chicken classes, stuff like that at some point. But yeah, it just takes a little while. Ever considered pigs? Sean, absolutely, brother. And that's the total plan back here, is to run some pigs in the forest back here. But I've got to get my cattle watering equipment, all that stuff dialed in first. So it's just one step at a time when it's only one dude like me. And I'm filming it too. So yeah. Timeout over. Sorry, timeout guy. Is the Stoney Ridge Fall still part of the farm? Yeah. Yeah, the 50 acres that I bought, so I bought 200 acres here. Had I known what land prices were going to do, I probably would have held on to the other 50. But about 200 acres here. The first piece of land was 60 acres. The next year, we bought another 90 acres. And then a year later, bought another 50 acres. That other 50 acres was a piece of land that was worn out, trash, disaster, mess, total disaster. Had some good timber on it. I bought it, the price was right. I bought another lot right beside of it. I split it down the middle, I sold it, and I doubled my money, and I paid the farm off. That's what happened. So that's where that 50 acres went. So by the time I'd done that, I'd buckled down enough to work on getting this piece of land paid for right here. And I got it paid for as soon as I could, as quickly as I possibly could, because debt is prison. Debt is absolute prison. So don't think about buying that brand new truck and going into debt unless you can afford it. And that's a lot of money to fork out of your pocket. So anyway, I did that, sold it, and then I had to go back into debt to get myself back squared away with Mrs. Stoney Ridge. So now I'm back in debt, and I got to build that. And I don't have that amount of money to build that. So I had to go into debt to build that too. So, but that's it. Trying to get out of debt. And that's why the extra 50 acres, it got sold. So Lewis Brown says, have a good night. Thanks, man. You take care. Appreciate it. Do you band or cut your steers? Having a debate. I band them. But I'm not going to band them this time of year when the flies are out. I'm not going to be banding our cows when the flies are out. We'll band them in September, October, unless they're really, really young calves. So I've got 3 little bulls right now. We run them through the handling equipment. We'll most likely band those 3 little bulls. Okay. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs, but I don't have kids to burden it with, and I'm living life to the fullest. Bankers just have to take one for them. I just don't do that. When you got a divorce, did you get the farm for free? Yeah, right. It's called equitable distribution, brother. That's what it means. Equitable distribution. I had to buy my farm twice. Yeah. So while everything was still going on here on the farm, and while the videos were still popping off, there's 4 videos a week or so popping off, and nobody had a clue of all the things that I was going through. Yeah, I was going through the hardest time in my entire life. I mean, I've never been so upset. I'm not a big wussy. I'm a tender-hearted person, and I never cried so much. Never, like, I've cried, like, boo-hoo, a tear, but I've never, as an adult, male adult, I never, ever bawled my eyes out. And One Lonely Farmer, if you're still in here, Wes, you can probably attest to this too. And everyone here can attest to this, that when somebody that you love more than anything, anywhere, turns on you like an evil stepchild or whatever, like an evil, turns on you like the government, it is an absolutely heartbreaking thing, man. It is super heartbreaking. So, never cried so much. And I'm a man, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Unless you've been through it yourself, you really don't understand. Nobody can understand, but we can all understand loss, the loss of a loved one. So, I'm going to join the Air National Guard. That will help with schooling. I want to become a nurse. Ziggy. Bro, why go Air National Guard, man? Just go active duty. If you're old enough, if you're 8, how old are you, Ziggy? Let's just have a little chat with you about this. So I joined the Air Force at age 17. As soon as I turned 18, I was in what's called the delayed entry program, and I joined the Air Force. I did it because I needed to grow up. I was living in a small town America, Martinsville, Virginia, right up the road here. And I was going down a path that was bad. I was going down, a lot of my friends ended up, friends have guns pulled on them, have been shot at back in the day, back in high school days, and that's ridiculous. Yes, and when you realize your best friend became your worst enemy, you cry. Absolutely, One Lonely Farmer. Absolutely, Wes. So, it's tough. I think about it every day. I woke up the other morning and I was dreaming about it. And the Air Force was a great move, Ziggy. So, Go for that. How old are you, Ziggy? Look at, you're 27. Okay, well, you'll be the oldest guy in basic training, most likely. I don't know though. The military's getting a little older, I guess. So, if I say go active duty, go active duty. Try it. Do 4 years active duty, man. You won't regret it. You will have the time of your life, and get some school while you're in. Stanton, Virginia, Air Force recruiter in the house. Zasquatch. Awesome, man. Good to have you here. Stanton's a beautiful area for sure. Up there near my buddy Joel Salatin up in Swope, Virginia. Polyface Farm. The deepest cuts come from our closest allies. Absolutely. They say keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. I don't know. There's no words to describe it. There's just no words to describe it. So I hate it. I hate that it happened. I'm single, and online dating sucks. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. How do you find somebody? Oh goodness, here we go. This might be political too. How do you, as a guy, we were talking about this just a second ago, as a guy like me who is building a first generation farm, who lives out here in the country, who likes to plant a garden, who loves animals, who likes to move his cows and build things and build fences and work on mechanic jobs and build shops and all the things that I have a zest for life for, and mountain biking and outdoors and fitness. I like to lift weights. I like to go to the gym. So how does a guy like that find a match online? How on earth? You can't go to the bar. You're not going to go to the bar and find somebody. I'm not going to go to church just to find a woman. And this is my church right here. This. That's my church. Okay. I'm not going to go to church to find a woman, and I don't want to set a false precedent, because I do not, my relationship with my Lord is my relationship, and I don't go to church. And maybe that'll change at some point in my life, but currently I don't. So what do you do? I want a family. I want kids. I didn't buy this to just hand it off to my nephew and niece. So what do you do? I did offer my sister a place right over here. I said, look, take 5 acres off the farm right here, build your house right over there. The kids can grow up here. They'll have a father figure. They'll have you as a mother figure. She's separated from her husband also. And I said that'd be great. And the kids can play in the creek, and you ain't got to maintain it. You don't have to take care of it. I'll help you. I'll take care of your driveway. I'll help take care of your yard. Whatever you need to do, I'll do that. So she didn't do it. So I don't know. I want the Waltons life. Do you guys ever watch the Waltons? Maybe find YouTube love. I don't know, man. I don't know. Live your life the way you want to. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I like a workaholic. It's a good thing to be a workaholic. I would go with 2-week, more permanent content divided by various Good gracious. You must be behind on the video. Philippines, baby. One lonely farmer said, Philippines. Let me know when you're headed back over there, man. We'll go for a serious road trip. You need a woman that enjoys canning so you can save all that. Yeah, man. People aren't raised that way anymore. Moms don't know how to do it. Moms don't know how to cook. Hand a housewife, and that's not to say anything bad about women at all or bad about you guys, but most people can't go out and buy a whole chicken nowadays, and you guys are probably going to be the exception to this, but I'd say 85% of most normal folks, especially young people from age 20 to age 35, you hand them a whole chicken, they won't even know how to cut it up into pieces. So Michael Keenan, did you become a nurse before or after the Air Force? So I was enlisted in the Air Force, so not an officer. If I was a nurse in the Air Force, I would have been an officer. I was not. Dad told me this, and this is something you don't tell your kids also, man. You're not college material. That's pretty brutal to tell your kids. The neighbor's guineas are coming out over here. You guys will see them in a second. But that's what Dad said. You're just not college material, boy. And my plan was to run. We had a factory growing up, a lumber factory. And my plan was to do that. And I was grading lumber when I was 16 years old. From the day after I turned 16, I went straight to the factory, learned how to work on all the machines and do every job in the factory. I was being groomed for that. Went in the Air Force, was an electrician, worked alongside electricians, plumbers, carpenters, welders, sheet metal guys, heating and air, and learned all those trades. Those are guineas, by the way. They're from the neighbor's house, way, way up there. They've been down here all day.
Hey, guineas.
So anyway, that's what I was groomed for. I wasn't groomed to be a nurse. I started my first business when I was 21 years old. It was called Mr. Fix-It Handyman Services. I took all of what I learned and I applied it, and I started doing handyman work and put myself through nursing school with my GI Bill and my handyman work. So that's it. Yeah. I've never been a clock punching guy. I've never been that guy that goes in and just comfortable just working for somebody. I just have a zest for life that's just different. I can't do that. Maybe I'm a wild child. I don't know. I've just got to I've got to try different things all the time. It's what makes me tick. Playing guitar, playing the piano. That's what makes me tick. Learning and growing as a person, as an individual, as a musician, as a creator on YouTube, as a farmer here. As a nurse, it just makes me tick. I never have been an indoor guy, and I never have been a guy that just is satisfied with the 9 to 5. And I wish I could be satisfied with the 9 to 5, but I just have this drive to do creative things, and that's what I love. That's what I really love about life. So even if it's mowing the yard differently every month or every week, I just like it. So. Yep. What is it that old Red Green? You guys ever watch the Red Green show? Red Green's one of my dad's favorite shows. Red Green says it's better to be, if you don't find your man handsome, you should at least find him handy. Love me some Red Green. I'd like to meet that guy sometime. You're a solid person. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Boy, this live stream has really turned into a good question and answer. Just an awesome live stream, guys. So if any of you have any questions about the farm, about any farming stuff, about equipment, about future videos, about the shop, anything, let me know. Let her rip. I've told my son he isn't college material. Be real, be honest. It is what it is. S. Purcell. So, dude, let me tell you something. I went back to college after my 4 years of the Air Force. And I had a 4.0 average in college. When I was in high school, I had crappy grades because I wasn't into it. So maybe he's just not into it right now. I don't know. Sometimes it takes a man a little while to come into himself. So don't lose faith, and don't ever tell your kid that he's not college material. He or she is not college material. That's a bad thing to say to your child. It is. It just is a bad thing to say. You need to be supportive in every single way possible. And if he wants to be a doctor, then tell him to be a doctor. If he wants to be a ditch digger, then tell him to be a ditch digger. Whatever makes him happy, but just try to guide him in a way that's going to be supportive. And I'm not trying to be down on what you're saying here, but it was the wrong thing for my dad to say to me. It was the absolute wrong thing for my dad to say to me. I'm 2 classes short of a master's degree. College was fun. I enjoyed it. I loved learning. I loved being in school. I enjoyed meeting the people and talking and debating and chatting, and it wasn't rocket science, guys. It wasn't. Nursing school was really, really hard. It was really hard. It's very hard to get accepted into nursing school. Not everybody does. And it's really disappointing right now, the equalization of pay. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a housekeeper in the hospital. There's nothing wrong with working in nutrition in the hospital. There's nothing wrong with any of the jobs that are in the hospital, because it all takes that to keep the spokes on the wheel turning. However, when you see your nursing pay, and this is what's happening to nursing, and this is a slight nursing rant. So nursing pay is here, housekeeping's here, other various jobs are here. So let's say a nurse starting pay is $22.50 an hour. Well, housekeeping starting pay should be less, right? Because it's a lot of school. They don't have to maintain a license. They didn't go to school and apply for nursing school and work and do all that. Not saying that you don't deserve to get paid, but I find that the nursing income is slowly being devoured up by the rest of the staff in the hospital, and to me it's quite disappointing. It's also disappointing to think that a registered nurse who keeps up a license, who takes care of sick and dying people, gets paid less than the guy that's standing out there with a stop sign on the side of the road. So bottom line is, respect your nurses and treat them with care and treat them kindly, because they are not earning up to the potential that they should be. They're working with doctors that are making $400,000, $500,000, and $600,000 a year, and a nurse is making $50,000 a year right out of college. That's a hard pill to swallow, and it's not much more school for a nurse to get their 4-year degree than it is for a physician to get their degree. It's not that much. It's 3 or 4 more years of school. I mean, college goes by in a blink of an eye. So how about a CNA? Absolutely, Stephen Taylor. Good gracious, respect your CNAs. Those guys work their butts off. Absolutely. I was a certified nursing assistant for a number of years. And I believe that every registered nurse and every physician, every doctor should have to work as a certified nursing assistant so that they can see and learn how to handle and touch people. Both touch them physically and touch them mentally in their hearts. So, man, getting deep, bro. Getting deep on this one. Josh, really enjoy your channel a lot. Love the PG rating always. Thank you, Mike. And I try to be an example, man. I'm not trying to be out here. I cuss. Of course I cuss. I'll drink an adult beverage. Of course I do. I'm an adult man. I'll be 45 this year. I'm a 45-year-old dude. I cuss. I say bad words. And I try to laugh it off. When something bad happens here on the farm, or something goofy happens, something breaks, something stupid happens, I do something stupid. I did something stupid on a live stream yesterday evening about this time over on Facebook. When I do something stupid, I just do something stupid. And I call it, hey, you did something stupid, but it's okay, man. It's okay to be lighthearted. I might get off and be like, we all have those days. So I try to lead by example if I possibly can. We're having so much rain, the farmers are having trouble trying to get the crops in. Wow. Where are you, Jerry? Because we're not, send some of your rain this way. I guess out in Oklahoma, out west, they're getting a lot more rain. The exit of your driveway, is that your road? No, this is a state maintained gravel road out here in front of the house. I have talked to the state about trying to get it paved, because I want a sports car eventually. I'll probably have a sports car eventually. And I don't want to drive it down a mile of gravel road. So yeah, we'll see. That's why I bought the Raptor, because I wanted a sports car, but I wanted somebody I could use. So I bought a sports truck. I don't know how long the Raptor won't be on the farm very long, guys, I don't think. I'm going to be installing in a future video, and I think this is something that's important for everybody to think about. I'll be installing dash cams both out the front and out the rear of all of my vehicles that I use on the highway, because man, I have ran into some crazy stuff here lately. People are driving and being aggressive, angry, wrecks. There was a guy out here driving down the road the other day, and I mean, good gracious. So I am most certainly, and I recommend everybody does that. So that video will be coming very soon. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Rainy in Massachusetts. Yes, they should work as a CNA before becoming a doctor. I agree. Stop giving them dumb advice. Y'all own anything. I don't y'all own anything. Ziggy says, stop giving them dumb advice. I don't y'all own anything. What? And then dude, type out what you really mean to say, brother. Not just a piece of this and a piece of that. Type out what you mean to say, please. One Lonely Farmer, I like your channel too. Don't try to hide the politics. Oh yeah, One Lonely Farmer lets the politics roll, man. For sure. Have you ever thought of getting a pool in the backyard? No. I want to swim in a pond. I don't have any flat ground to put a pool in the backyard. When am I going to lounge by the pool? This is my lounging time. This is my time. My downtime every week is with you guys. So man, I don't have time I do have a neighbor. So the best thing about having a boat or a pool is having a wonderful, nice, gracious neighbor that has a pool and a boat. So he has time, and I'll go over there and hang out at his pool. And I'm so happy to pay for the beers or bring food or whatever it is. He's just a great guy. His name is John. And I can't wait till he opens his pool up. So, yeah. Ziggy, become a doctor. Please show the install of your dash cams. Yes, I will. Absolutely. I'm talking to other people in the chat. Well, Ziggy, what are you saying in the chat, bro? That's what I'm asking, man. Watching for tornadoes. What, you're talking to other people in the chat, but your message says, stop giving them dumb advice. I don't y'all own anything. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying, brother. So what you need to say is, so-and-so said this, so I said that. And then I'll understand what you're saying. But it doesn't matter. God bless you. Have you ever listened to Paul Harvey? Dad needed a farmer. If you, I'll check it out. I've never listened to Paul Harvey. Thank you, Brandy. Veins are popping out of his biceps. Oh, I'm getting so mad. They are. I lost weight, man. I lost nearly 80 pounds, guys. 80 pounds plus a 112-pound wife. So that's like 192 pounds, right? Math on camera. I did it. I lost 80 pounds, and all I did was just started eating right and trying to take better care of myself. And I started riding my mountain bike a little bit more and going to the gym, lifting a few weights. I'm not super duper strong or anything more than I was. I've just slimmed down a little bit. I feel better. I mean, I feel like I just feel a lot better. I'm 45 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life, which is pretty amazing, I think. And this is the time where, you know, and everybody here, I think this is a wake-up call. This is the time when you're in your late 30s, early 40s, and all those vices that you used to do, like drinking too much or smoking cigarettes or eating crappy food. This is the time when all that stuff starts to show up. That diabetes or pre-diabetic, that heart disease, which has been going on ever since you drank your first swallow of milk. That peripheral vascular disease, all that stuff. This is when it starts. That hypertension, that's when it starts. So think about that. And it could start in your early 30s or late 20s also. But that was a wake-up call for me, and I was having some poor health issues and definitely put the hammer down on trying to do right, eat right, and do better for myself. Take good care of my temple, for sure. So take care of your temple, too, for sure. And the way I lost a lot of weight was I just cut the carbs out. Bread is not a necessity. I love bread. I love biscuits. I love gravy. I love all that. And this is my week off. So I'm taking a week off every 6 weeks and eating whatever I want to eat. I find that the stuff that I used to love doesn't taste like it good anymore. And I pick up everything that I pick up and put in my cart in the grocery store. I read the label, and if it says high fructose corn syrup on it, or it's got more than like 9 ingredients, it's gone. It's not going in my cart in the grocery store. So I low carbed it, and I ate a lot of food right here off of the farm. Chicken, beef. I've eaten a whole cow. I sold 50 pounds of beef, and I ate the rest of the whole cow. So, yeah. Yeah, so I didn't slow down on eating. Paul So Good made a farmer. I'll have to check that out. Johnny Dollar High. We just got through talking about Mrs. Stoney Ridge. And I don't know why you'd miss her, because anything that she ever did here on the YouTube channel with me was, there was only one video that we did together where she was actually being herself. And that was when she came back and we told you guys about what was going on and how things fell apart between us, and that no matter what, we were going to make this work. And then a week later, bye-bye. I don't know. I think I have more determination than that, but she didn't. So she was uncomfortable in front of the camera. She was uncomfortable working with me. So yeah. We all have things we miss. How far do you have to haul to process your beef? It's about 45 minutes. I use Mitchell's butcher shop. I don't know what you call it. Mitchell's Meat Processing in Walnut Cove, North Carolina. She was not a farm woman. I don't know what she was, man. I don't know what she was. I I still care deeply for her, but I don't want to talk to her. So that bridge has been crossed, and it will not be crossed again. Do you eat steak every day? No, I don't eat steak every day. This morning, I woke up. One of my wonderful neighbors, I let him borrow my post hole digger, which is sitting right over there. I let him borrow that, and he brought me about 2 pounds of fresh sausage that he made, and it was absolutely delicious. Michael Keenan, we're not going to talk about Mrs. Stoney Ridge anymore, okay, buddy? Thank you. That's enough. I think we've crossed the bridge enough, buddy. Okay. So I don't keep up with her, and this may be one of the last times that I talk about it. So anyway, that's what I had for breakfast. I had some sausage, very lean sausage, not a lot of fat, and 2 scrambled eggs right out of the coop. I walked down to the coop, got my eggs, cracked them, and made scrambled eggs with sausage. Any content for the second channel? Michael Keenan, thank you for asking. The second channel is called Trail Monkey, and there will be some content. So I'm working through some situations here. I've got Stan's No Tubes. So Stan's is a company, and you guys have probably seen that product in this video on this channel. They make a tire sealant for like ATVs, UTVs, tractor tires, lawnmower tires, all that stuff. What was that? Oh, there he is, a little birdie. So anyway, Stan's makes a sealant for bike tires also. So I'm trying to work with Stan's. Before I send that channel off and running, I want to work with those guys first. So I am applying for a loose sponsorship with those guys. So when we hit the ground running, we'll say, guys, welcome to the Trail Monkey channel, and today's video is brought to you in part by Stan's No Tubes. We are in blah, 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 Virginia. Say, we're in Roanoke, Virginia at such and such trailhead, and let's go riding. And we'll go check it out, and we'll show you guys where we're at. It'll be hiking, biking, gear, mechanic work, fitness. There'll be some fitness content. There'll be some diet content. There'll be all sorts of stuff. I'll have a fitness coordinator that's really awesome. One Lonely Farmer says, tire eject. Yes, but tire eject is good stuff. But the guy, you got to text me. I'll give you some history. There's some history there. I hear there's some history. Dude, tire eject. Okay, Wes will have to text me after this, and we'll give you some back history on that. I hear there's a little history with those 2 companies. I hear. I don't know. What is your marketing plan for your beef when it comes available? So when we get the mega shop built up here, I plan on trying to put in a few deep freezers up here, and I'll probably sell beef locally. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to make all that work. I'm certain that I will have no trouble at all selling this awesome farm fresh, grass-fed, totally organic beef. I will have no problem at all selling that. It's just a matter of having the time to open up to allow folks to do that. So it's a matter of putting a storefront up. And, you know, this is my home. And it's hard for me to sell you 2 pounds of ground hamburger and meet you and talk to you for 45 minutes because I've got my hands so full, guys. So what I really need is an intermediary to sell beef for me, to help me sell beef and package it and ship it all over the country. That would be awesome. Are there stones in the ridge? Holy cow, you haven't watched the channel very much, have you? I probably picked up 5 or 6 tandem dump truck loads of rocks off of this ridge right here. This ridge is covered, and that ridge didn't have any hardly. That's how the farm got the name, the Stoney Ridge Farm. Well, guys, there are 359 likes and 341 of you in here. Let's see if we can get that number to 500. 500 likes, that's what we need to see. Do you edit your own videos? The Spiritual Showman. So some of my videos I edit on my own. Oh, the likes are going up. Thank you. Fussy cow, fussy cow. So I edited my own videos all the way up until 100% of my videos, all the way up until January of this past year when I had COVID for the second time. At that time, I hired a guy, a local guy, to help me out with editing, and he still helps me out. His name is Josh. He's a great guy. Day in the life video. those are really hard to shoot, and definitely need to do that soon. In fact, it's on my list. I have a production calendar, guys. It's like this long that has like 150 different video ideas that are going through my head. And whenever something pops in my head, I write it down immediately. So kind of like a comedian might keep a notepad by his desk or by his dresser when he sleeps. So I wake up and like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I can't read it in the morning. Those weren't rocks, they were almost boulders. Yeah, absolutely. How many Joshes are there? There are plenty of Joshes out there. What made you decide to quit being an RN and go into the farm life? I felt a calling to the land, man. I just felt a calling to the land. I grew I lived in downtown. I lived downtown, like 1 block from the baseball field downtown. I loved it. It was awesome. I had a BMW M3. I was a play guy. I enjoyed it. I did a lot of cycling. I was a collegiate cyclist back in the day, and I continued that on. I was North Carolina state champ, Virginia state champ, Tennessee state champ, South Carolina state champ. I won a national championship race. I was big into cycling. So that's all I did. I rode bikes, and I lived downtown, and I partied pretty much. Up until my early 30s, maybe 31 years old, I bought a house, and something was missing. I was out working in the yard, and what was missing was my hands in the soil. I just missed that, and I didn't know that I missed it until I did it. So I started growing a garden, and then I realized there were no honeybees around. I was like, man, we got to get some honeybees. So then I researched and took a honeybee keeping class and went from there. Then I opened up a vegetable stand in my neighborhood on the honor system and sold veggies right out of the neighborhood. Veggies, honeybees, eggs, all that stuff. And I was the local produce guy. So that's kind of what got me started. And then I wanted to take it to the next level, and now I'm swamped, overwhelmed. I had enough going on 1/3 of an acre to start an awesome YouTube channel. And really one of my only regrets in life was that I didn't start doing YouTube videos early on. So earlier on, before we even moved up here, man, holy cow, if you guys would have seen this place. If you go back to some of the first like 20 videos, you'll really see how far this place has come. Back when we had the goats. The goats were up here, right in this area right here. No fences, no nothing. When's your birthday? I'm in July. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to the story for sure. Military time, going back to school, 9/11 hit. I didn't have any business for about 6 months. I mean, what's your nearly... Omar, I'm not going to give you my financial statement on a live stream on YouTube, buddy. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. That's not going to happen. But I will say this, I live well below my means, and I save as much as I possibly can, and my goal is to be completely out of debt, and that should be everyone's goal, to be completely out of debt. So, will you process beef and sell it? If so, you won't need an on-site inspector. I will not process my cows. I am not equipped, I do not have time, and I will not process, as far as I know, unless something very awkward changes. I do not plan on processing my own 1,400-pound animals here. This is, that beef needs to hang and age and all that stuff, and we're talking about $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of processing equipment. So that's not my plan. Sell that Raptor and swap a Coyote in the Mustang. I don't need to sell the Raptor to do that. We'll see. We'll see. The Raptor, I've already got a quote on a new Dodge 2500 Cummins. So they didn't want to give me what I wanted for the Raptor, and I'm not going to lose money on it. So eventually I'll sell off the Raptor. Do you do the farm only, or do you still have a part-time job? I have a full-time job. I work 60 hours a week producing content and farming content. So this is my full-time job. You're watching me do it right now, buddy. Right now, and this is our weekly interaction that we can have with our followers. So that's it. Not everybody does this, and it's hard for some people to understand, but that's how it works. I mean, that's it. It's ad revenue, it's sponsorship dollars, and it's necessary to keep building this. Okay, so every dime that I make I would say 8 cents of it goes right back into the farm, into producing quality content for you guys. And hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you learn something. Hopefully you come here and you're a better person for it. That's what I hope. That's my hope. Every video needs to have something fun, something interesting, something moderately intellectual, and something that you can learn. Okay, that's what my goal is. Even if it's just running the sawmill on Sawmill Sunday and learning what white oak looks like and how the blade goes through the white oak and how the machine works, all that stuff. It's learning. Every video you should be able to learn something here. All right, well, folks, thank you all so much. We're 418 likes. I'll bet you we can still get to 500 likes before we go. So let's hammer down on it, and we'll get out of here. Do you get snow or just cold? We get snow here. What's the most expensive piece of equipment on the farm? The TYM T1104 tractor, which is right around the corner. Let's go see that as you guys build those likes up to 500. Let's take a little walk. This is where you've been sitting, right here. I've got a magnet. You've been on the on Peanut right here. So in this tractor shed, we got Peanut, the RT210 Gale. We've got the Toro zero turn over there. We have the Massey Ferguson tractor right over there. We got the John Deere tractor over there with the Woods BB72 Extreme. We've got the ATV with the loader, and the ATV with the loader is acting up. Ventrac, Kubota diesel, and right here's my baby. That's my baby. This is the TYM T1104 tractor. This is the most expensive piece of equipment on the farm. That's a pretty tractor, guys. I'm really enjoying having a machine this big on the farm. It really makes all the difference in the world. And we've got the drag harrow back here, the Winfield drag harrow. That thing's awesome, the Batwing drag. Now, soon, in fact, as soon as we get off of this live stream, I've got a little bit of mowing to do, and then I'm gonna hook up to the landscape rake on the back of, or on the front of the Ventrac, and I am going to start landscaping this stuff. This is rock dust. Let's do a little walkabout while you guys get those likes up. We're at 447 now. I bet we can get to 500. So you see how rough this is right here. This is really, really rough land. I've got to go in here and smooth all this out. So I'll put the TR3 rake on the back of the 574 TYM, and I'll go through here and rake this. I've still got to get up some concrete chunks and stuff. I'll go through and rake it with the TR3, and then I'll come back over it with the Ventrac and dress it up. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate that, buddy. Awesome. Now, Mega Shop. Let's talk about the Mega Shop. Right here is going to be the butcher shop door, okay? Butcher shop roll-up door, 8-foot roll-up door. We'll have a walk-in door right here. So let's just pretend we're walking in to the shop. Door handle. We walk in. Right here is the 3-bay sink. 3-bay sink is going to be for washing veggies and beef processing, meat processing, all sorts of stuff like that. There's a floor drain in right here, which is clogged. Now it's not. There's a little floor drain right there. And this is going to be the butcher shop area. The farm office will be here. This will be the farm office and potentially a place where I will sell beef out of. I'm not sure yet, guys. I'm just not sure. There'll be a little sink right here, a 3-bay sink. There'll be some work tables. All that stuff will be right in here. There's a window out the back right here. There will be an upstairs in this area, and it will also serve as storage and a farm office. So this building is going to be tall. It'll be 20 feet tall at the eaves, okay? Concrete's doing great. We do have a few little cracks, and that's okay. It's something to be normal. You done put in your septic system. I don't know about the septic system yet, so before I get all that done, we'll be doing a little bit more research on how I need to accomplish that. Went over to the county. They said, we'll just tie into your septic for your house. And that's down there. The house is right down there. So that's a potential. I don't know exactly yet. First thing I want to do is just get the building up. This is shop area, okay? So this is the entire, let me step back here. There'll be a wall right here. And this is the entire shop area right here. It's pretty large. 464 likes. We're almost to the 500 mark. you need to make sure you have a man cave. This whole farm is my man cave, brother, for sure. 464 likes. We're getting close. These are the 2 sections of concrete that had to be replaced. They look great, absolutely fantastic. Everything looks awesome there. This one and this one right here. Once in a while, things don't go just exactly right, and that's what happened right here, guys. So we got it all solved. Everything's good. There'll be a tool corner for doing tool reviews back in here. There's going to be all sorts of stuff. And the kitty cat. Hey, kitty. So you see my view out the back of this. We've got to get this squared away. I actually have to bring in a little more dirt. 473 likes. We're getting there. We're going to hit the 500 mark. Hey, kitty. This is Trouble. When I was growing up, we had a kitty cat named Trouble, and this cat's name is Trouble because she looks just like Trouble. Hey, kitty. How you doing, kitty? You catch any mice today? Yeah? Catch a big mouse? Very good. What YouTube channel would be... what are you doing, little friend? What YouTube channel would be complete without its cat video, right? 476 of you guys. Oh, you're a good kitty. Yes, you are. Very good. All right, if you don't get the like in for me, do the like for the kitty. Oh, goodness. Well, sun's going down, guys. You can see it's absolutely gorgeous here. We didn't quite make the 500 likes, but I bet we do by the end of all this. So thank you all so much for joining me here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Looks like I got to take my little buddy back to the house. Thank you, guys. Please pound that like button on your way out the door. I'd love to have you back here if you're not subscribed to the channel. Come on back and see us. Thank you, guys. Take care. The shop starts in less than 2 weeks. Awesome. Awesome. You're going to get to see it all, and I'm going to tell you everything, and I'm going to tell you when I screw up too. All right? Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Woo! Take care. Where's that button? There it is. See ya.